Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Vicky. Today I'm going to make just a fun little Easter craft. I mean, it's really simple with stuff you can buy from the Dollar Tree. Enjoy. So I started off with this little treat container that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I filled it with some pink paper shred that I also got at the Dollar Tree. I think these were both, I got them both last year. But I thought this would make a great, fun little Easter decoration with the eggs. And I just filled it up, smushed it down a little so it was a little solid, and then left some pieces around the edges. And then I took this fun glitter ribbon that I bought at Michael's last year. It was on clearance at the end of the year, but they always have different kinds of ribbon like this. And I thought that I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it, but then I decided to make some sort of cones out of it for this to put into the treat box. So I just tried rolling it up and seeing what it looked like. Couple different ways. And once I got this sort of pointed cone, I thought that would look pretty neat in the corners. You could probably have a lot of fun with this, switching out like the sparkly ribbon for some flowers, or even just adding flowers, or instead of using the paper shred, using some Easter grass, make it more Eastery. Even using it as just doing the eggs and hiding little candies in it for kids. Could be a lot of fun. So I decided to make 2 of the little cones, and I also want to make a couple cones out of the blue deco mesh, just for some contrast and another texture in here. So I took one piece of the 12-inch wide deco mesh and cut off about a 6-inch deep piece, and then cut that in half because I want it to be about the same size as the ribbon. And the ribbon itself is a 6-inch wide ribbon, and I cut maybe a 3-inch long piece to make my cones out of. So I'm also, as you can see, I'm going to put in some Easter eggs once I've rolled up these cones and hot glued them together. So when the glue gun was heated up, then I started to roll, and every sort of revolution I put a layer of hot glue so that it would stay in the cone shape. And then just started rolling it and tried very hard not to get glue on my fingers like I always do. So once I glued a last little piece of glue to keep the cone together, then I put some glue all around the bottom of it to attach it to the treat box, just in the corner. And I did the exact same thing to make the other one. And I wanted to do the same thing with the deco mesh, just sort of roll them up into sort of cone shapes. Now, obviously, the deco mesh is going to be a little longer because it was wider to start with, and it doesn't glue quite as steadily. But I just put a big old glob of glue on as you can see, tried to make sure it had plenty of glue to keep it together. And once I put it into the box, as long as it stays on one side, it should be good. And I did that with both of the pieces of deco mesh. Be careful not to put too much weight on one side of the treat box because the box is very light. So you want to make sure you sort of balance it a little bit. That's why I made this next cone a little smaller and I put it closer to the front. So once the glue was hardened on the cones and the deco mesh, I started to put in a couple of the eggs. And I started off with the green because I definitely want to have some contrasting colors since I have the pink, a lot of pink obviously, and I have the blue. I wanted to do the green and the gold to start with, and this very light pink one that is that I thought would sort of go nicely between the blue and the pink, other pinks. And not only, I tried to glue them not only to the cones, but also to the box to make sure they stayed and to try to get a little bit of the paper shred glued in too. And then I took this little piece of deco mesh and turned it into a poof. So I just made a square and I folded the four corners, put the four corners together and then put some hot glue on it and so that it turned into a solid little poof. And then I'm going to glue it in between the two eggs. And just for a little more contrast, I decided I needed to have this gold egg as well. So I glued that one in, and that was all it took to make this cute little, very Eastery box. So I hope you give this a try and that you enjoyed watching the video, and please give me a thumbs up and a subscribe if you liked it. Enjoy making your own.